Hello everyone! Today I'm going to be drawing something with oils, and I'm going to be talking about why getting into oils is actually not very complicated. I always thought that you needed a lot of things in order to start, but you actually don't. And the process of drawing with oils isn't actually very complicated either. I mean, of course there's always something to be learned and you can never be perfect at art, but I drew this picture that you're going to see me draw here. This is my second picture with oils, and it actually turned out really well, like really well. Yeah, I thought it would be a lot more complicated because every time you go to a museum and you look at all these old paintings of famous artists, they're all painted in oils, and I mean, they look pretty professional to me, and I'm not at that level of art. So I thought that oils would be actually hard to get into, but I got the hang of them pretty fast actually. That said, I'm probably doing a lot of things wrong because I haven't put proper research into what I'm doing, and also this is my second piece, so obviously I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, in this video I'm going to tell you why you should definitely get into oils as well. The sketch for this painting I did beforehand, because in this video I wanted to focus on just the painting phase, and also I drew this in my sports class, and yeah, so obviously I couldn't record it there. So as I was just saying, before I started getting into oils, I actually thought it would be really complicated and you needed to buy a lot of things and it was going to be expensive, but all of these things aren't actually true. And I even did some research on oils and what you need to buy, so I wouldn't be walk into a store and have no idea what I needed to get. But I looked at a few videos and a lot of the people said that you needed to buy a lot of things, which I found personally kind of unnecessary because I didn't know if I wanted to stick to oils and I didn't want to spend that much money. So I just decided to walk into a store and see what's there. And then I bought one stack of paper with like 10 papers in it that you can use for oils and acrylics. So it's multi-use, which is great. Then I bought cheap oils to just get into the medium. And I think they were about 12 euros, so really not very expensive. And I think I bought a set of 24 colors, which is pretty good. And then I also bought some palette paper because the person in the video I watched told me that I needed it. In the end, I don't really think I needed it, but I mean, it's nice to have, but still, you really don't need it. So the only things I needed was paper and oils. And the person in the video also suggested that I needed brush cleaners, but I didn't find them in the store because I wanted some that were non-toxic and the store didn't have them. Because obviously you don't want brush cleaners that are toxic because you're going to need to spend a lot of time painting and therefore spend a lot of time breathing in oils, which is not good. You should really keep your window open, which is again kind of hard in winter, so that's kind of a downside to oils. But yeah, and also you don't want toxic brush cleaner because that's gonna be around in your room and you don't want to breathe it. So I didn't buy it, but you can just clean your brushes if you're not doing something super fancy. I think you can just clean them with soap. Probably brush cleaner is more effective or something, but honestly soap and water is fine. It's really fine. And another thing was mediums. There are actually a lot of mediums out there, and I think most of or some of them make the paint just a bit more workable. So they're set to make the paint smoother and just overall improve the texture. But I honestly think that if you're using a medium, you're just complicating the process for you. Because I bought some, and the worst case scenario I was thinking of before starting oils actually happened. Because what the medium does is it makes the paint smoother and thins it down. So if you lay down a layer of paint with medium and then lay another layer on top of it, the problem is that you probably will lift up the layer beneath it, and this led to kind of a struggle for me in my test piece, because I think what cures the problem is that you just use paint without medium, but honestly it didn't really work for me. Also, I'm not a professional oil painter, so obviously I don't know everything about them. But if you're a beginner, I would suggest to you to just start without a medium first, and then maybe by that get into oils, and then if you're comfortable using them this way and you're actually motivated to use them, then maybe you should try out some different mediums, because I think if you're good at oils, they make the process probably a lot better, but if you're not, they're just really complicating things for you. So in these two pieces I did, or in this second one, I didn't use any medium, and I just used the colors straight out of the tube, which was really refreshing, by the way, because oils are actually so opaque. It's wonderful. I honestly can't think of another medium that is this opaque and kind of easy to work with, because acrylics are not really opaque, they're kind of watery, which is why I don't like them as much. Then watercolors are obviously not opaque. Okay, gouache is actually. But honestly, I have discovered that oils are now my favorite medium, and I will probably keep using them a lot. So basically what I want to say with this video is, don't be afraid to pick up oils because you think that they are expensive or only great artists can use them, which is, by the way, not a good thing to think. I honestly think that oils are a really cool medium to try out, and painting with them is not very hard after you got the hang of them. So yeah, just honestly don't be afraid to try out a new medium. The last thing I want to say to you before you start is three things actually. The first one is, when you draw with oils, you won't actually notice how much they smell after you leave the room and enter it again, which is a mistake I made. So honestly, just be sure to keep some ventilation in the room or open a window. I know if it's winter, that's gonna be really hard, but that's what everyone advises you to do, and it probably makes a lot of sense because I think the ingredients in oils are not too good for your health. So if you intend on using them a lot, then you probably should think about that. The second thing is, I always put too much color out of the tube onto my paper because I just think that I will need more, but actually probably you will only need half of what you think you need, or at least that's been the case with me, and all the colors you won't need, you'll just throw them away, and that's a big waste. The colors need about 2 days to be not usable anymore, so if you want to draw something with the leftover paint on the next day, that's gonna work. I haven't done it so far because when I have finished an oil painting, which takes me about 5 hours, I honestly don't have the motivation to start one the next day, and with limited colors because I can only use those that are on my palette already. But yeah, just think about, just try to not put too much paint on your paper. And my third advice is, don't forget to clean your brushes, because if you clean them after 2 days or 3 days, you will just have ruined them because you won't get the oils out of them anymore. So that's kind of sad. So with that said, nothing's holding you back. Just try them if you want to. Now we're getting towards the end of this video. Congratulations, you just watched 4.5 hours of work combined into 9 minutes and 30 seconds. So yeah, this is the finished result. I am really proud of it. I honestly didn't expect it to turn out this great. And I can't believe that this is my second oil painting and it turned out so great. Oh my god, I am so proud of it. Yeah, it's actually really cool. I honestly can't believe it. And this is probably also my, I don't know, 5th painting, probably, because I mostly draw into my sketchbook. Which I would have done with oils, but you can't because they take forever to dry. Yeah. So yeah, here are some close-ups. I really like the result, and I hope you have fun trying out oils. Yeah, good luck. Okay, thanks for watching very much, and have a nice day. Bye.